Hello, and welcome to Ivani's Blacked Out Stories.
Hello, and welcome back to my Blacked Out Stories. The next story is a classic from the Nuclear Revenge subreddit.
World's nicest guy gets revenge on cheating ex-fiancé by living his best life. This is about a buddy of mine, the most decent guy you could ever be lucky enough to call a friend, and how he got nuclear revenge on his cheating ex-fiancé who dumped him for his best friend, all the while still being the most upstanding, greatest guy you can imagine. I've pieced this story together from things my friend and his wife have told me over the decade that we've been friends. There's not enough room to tell you how great this guy is, but believe me, he's been there for me like a rock when things were darkest. And now for the cast of characters. Let's call my friend Buddy, the ex-fiancée Lisa, and the hapless best friend, Richard aka Dick. As you listen to this story, you have always to remember that Buddy is literally the greatest guy on the planet. Dick is, well, kind of a dick, annoying as hell, but my buddy says he always means well, and his heart is in the right place. Lisa, on the other hand, is as big of a cheating, lying, self-centered narcissist as ever walked the face of the earth. Other people are Ray, another high school friend of Buddy and Dick, Jen, Buddy's wife, and Bob and Linda, Dick's dad and mom. All the names are fake. And now for the background. Our story begins when Buddy, Dick, and Lisa are all in middle school together at a typical suburban high school outside of Southern City, football team, Friday night lights, etc. The three of them are all in the marching band and are inseparable friends. If you know band types, Buddy plays the French horn, Dick plays the tuba. I don't know what Lisa played. Probably the flute because it's a cliché. Now Buddy and Lisa are boyfriend and girlfriend, and Dick is a happy third wheel. As they get older, Buddy and Lisa explore the physical side of their relationship, like normal high school kids do, while Dick is happy to be a player. He's decent looking, so he has no problem getting action, and also occasionally makes use of the professional women in their town. This will be important later. You see, Buddy and Lisa are typically good students, who go on to a prestigious public university in Southern City. Dick drops out of high school, but, a self-taught programmer, winds up with a decent career in tech. Buddy graduates college early with honors, and proposes to Lisa at his graduation dinner, with a small diamond because he's put himself through school, and that's all he can afford. She accepts. Buddy gets a job at a fancy consulting firm in a prestigious city, and Lisa finishes college back home in Southern City. Comes time for Lisa to graduate, and Buddy helps his fiancée also get a job at a fancy consulting firm. During her last spring break, she flies up to the prestigious city to visit Buddy and interview for her job, and gets pregnant. She later flies back home, and tells Dick she's in trouble, and he takes her to an abortion appointment. Neither of them tells Buddy. Ever. I heard about this from Buddy's wife, who heard it from Dick one night when he was drunk. As far as I know, Buddy still doesn't know. Buddy, if you ever read this, sorry dude. I should have told you, but it wasn't my place. And now, the betrayal. Lisa realizes when she doesn't want to tell Buddy about her abortion that she can't marry him, but she's not brave enough to break it off. Instead, she ghosts him, and he finds out through the HR department of the fancy consulting firm that she's turned down her job offer and won't be moving to the prestigious city after all. Buddy calls Dick, and Dick says, "Dude, I'm sorry, but it's worse. Lisa and I are now a couple. You can punch me in the face next time we get together." Somehow, Buddy and Dick decide that Lisa isn't worth destroying their friendship, so they stay best friends, going hunting together at Dick's family place in the country, etc. Lisa is not happy about this, but Dick tells her that if she makes him choose, he'll choose Buddy. And now, the follow-up. Buddy takes a year or so to get over it, and starts dating again. Pretty soon, he meets Jen and falls madly in love, like crazy in love, And to make things better, Jen is just as crazy about him. In less than 6 months, they're engaged. Now, the thing you have to understand is that Lisa is drop-dead gorgeous. She's not tall enough to be a model, just average height, but she's got these giant blue eyes and super long eyelashes, long, shiny, wavy dark brown hair, an exquisite face, and a terrific figure. She's prettier than a movie star, and being beautiful is really important to her. Jen is pretty enough, but regular, and she really and truly don't give a fuck. Later, Dick travels to prestigious city, without Lisa, to meet Buddy's fiancée. He and Jen really get along. Jen gets along with everyone, and reports back to Lisa that Buddy is really happy, and that his fiancée Jen is awesome, etc. Lisa gets jealous and pouty when she hears about Jen's Ivy League education, but then Dick makes a point of telling her that Jen is nowhere near as hot as Lisa, so she'll stop sulking, at least until she gets an invitation to the wedding. Lisa pitches a fit, refuses to go, and tries to prevent Dick from going, but there's no way in hell he'll miss his best friend's wedding, so he goes stag. No big deal, it's a super small, low-key wedding. At the wedding, Dick reconnects with another high school friend of theirs, a guy named Ray, whose date to the wedding was actually someone else's wife. Ray has a thing for married women. This is important. Buddy and Jen go on living their best lives. At some point, Buddy gets an Ivy League MBA. His career takes off like gangbusters. They pop out a couple of kids. Jen quits her career to be a stay-at-home mom, and they're rich as hell, still crazy in love, and blissfully happy. A couple of times a year, the guys get together and bring their wives along. At some point, Dick and Lisa get married. Buddy and Jen are not invited to the wedding, by the way. But the women get along okay. Jen gets along with everyone, and Lisa is happy because she's thinner and prettier than Jen, especially after both women have been through pregnancy and childbirth. The years tick on. Now things get complicated. One day, this is around 2008, when Buddy, Jen, and Dick are all playing WoW together. Dick gets them on TeamSpeak and tells a hell of a story. Dick and Lisa have continued to hang out with Ray, their high school friend who has a thing for married women. He's turned his eye on Lisa, who, even after 3 kids, is even hotter than she was in college. She's leaned heavily into the MILF role. Meanwhile, Dick has had enough of her nonsense. He's decided to divorce her 3 times, but each time, when he tells her, she cries and gets all pouty. They have one last time of unprotected sex, she gets pregnant, and bam, Dick and Lisa have their 3rd child. Ray goes in hard with his practice seduction routine, and Lisa cries to Dick that she just can't stand it, and can she please just have sex with Ray. They do. Dick watches, goes in for sloppy seconds, and Lisa and Dick's marriage enters its suburban swinger era. Dick gives Jen and Buddy every gory detail over the course of a 2-hour conversation, while they're all killing wolves on low-level outs in Elwyn Forest, and Lisa is upstairs with a bottle of wine. It's obvious, during their next visit, that Dick wants to join in sexy fun times with Buddy and Jen, but they're not into that, and after an awkward 5 minutes, things go back to normal. The kids all play together, the women make small talk, and Buddy and Dick hang out together doing the normal things that guys do. Dick tells Buddy that the reason they're into swinging is that he gets off on watching Lisa being degraded, and Lisa gets off on making Dick feel like he isn't man enough for her. This marriage is not happy, but Dick wants to stay married, because Lisa is hot as hell, she's got a solid career, and he's a mid-level tech guy with a GED who works from home while he takes care of 3 kids, so he'll never be able to do better. Things get worse. Dick calls Buddy to chat. His marriage has gone to hell. Lisa has, in her words, met the love of her life. She's moved on from Ray and from the swinging scene and is now having an affair with a guy from the accounting department at her job. She's staying out all night. She's ignoring the kids. Dick and Lisa take the kids on a swank vacation to try to focus on their family, and spends all her time crying because she misses her affair partner, and she doesn't want to be there. I should mention that Buddy has also had a Neville Longbottom style glow up and gone from a nerdy band kid to a silver-haired super confident high-level executive in a top-tier consulting firm. Whereas Dick is still the guy working from his basement in sweatpants, covered in Dorito crumbs. He has been working on himself, but there's no way he can compete in Lisa's eyes, although both Buddy and Jen tell me about Dick's great qualities. Lisa is jealous, hopping mad, and she blames Dick. Dude! Trust me, I know she is bad news. Leave her, Buddy tells his friend. It is the last conversation they will ever have. Holy shit, this is terrible. Buddy gets a call at work one afternoon. It's Bob, Dick's dad. Dick got drunk, woke up Lisa at 3 a.m., told her that he never loved her, that she'd never been enough of a woman for him, that he'd been visiting prostitutes during most of their marriage, and that he hoped she would go to hell. Then, he blew his mind out in such a way that the results went all over her, and all over the bed. When the ambulance got there, she was hysterical, sitting on the curb outside the house, screaming over and over again. Kill me too, it's all my fault, it's all my fault. Later, Bob would call Buddy to tell him that Lisa specifically says he is not welcome at the funeral. Bob and Linda, Dick's parents, step in to take care of the 3 little kids, who did nothing wrong and do not deserve this, while Lisa does nothing. The coup de grace. About a year later, Buddy flies to Southern City to put flowers on Dick's grave and visit with Dick's parents, Bob and Linda. Bob is still in shock, but he and Linda have taken Lisa in as a daughter. Lisa's mom is dead, and she's no contact with her dad and stepmom, to try and help her through this as much as they can. Why did Lisa say it was all her fault, and why did she ban you from the funeral? Bob asks Buddy. What don't I know? What's the rest of the story? Why did Dick do it? And now, the moment of ultimate revenge. Buddy thinks for a minute, and decides that it will help Bob and Linda to understand the tragedy that happened to their son if they know the full story. So he tells them everything. Bob and Linda have continued to do everything for the 3 kids, and they continue to treat Lisa well, because that is best for the children, but the clock is ticking. Lisa's remarried now. When the kids are old enough, Bob and Linda will tell them the whole story. The youngest kid will be 18 soon. Buddy is still grieving over his friend. In summary, what did Buddy do to get revenge on his cheating ex-fiancée? Stayed friends with the guy who, quote-unquote, stole her, letting her know how important she was to him versus the friendship. Moved on and married someone smarter, nicer, and less pretty, letting her know how important her best quality, only good thing about her was to him. Had a hell of a successful career, causing her much jealousy and anguish. Had a massive glow-up between 30 and 40, causing her much jealousy and anguish. Had a terrific marriage, causing her much jealousy and anguish, and also letting her know that the problem in their relationship was not him. Respected her boundaries when she uninvited him to his best friend's funeral, causing the best friend's dad to ask the fateful question that, in my opinion, ticks this over from karma to nuclear. Proof that living well is indeed the best revenge. Sucks about Dick though. Buddy says he was the kind of guy who would come to your house when all hell broke loose, clean your fridge, and make a 5-star dinner with whatever he could find. Nuclear vengeance wasn't worth the cost. I wish I had known him.
And now for some comments.
Thunder God 250 states. That actually confused me a bit. During her last spring break, she flies up to prestigious city to visit Buddy and interview for her job, and gets pregnant. And then suddenly flies back home and tells Dick she's in trouble. He takes her to the abortion appointment. I'm assuming that Lisa was already hooking up with both of them, despite no prior mention of it. But she couldn't handle being pregnant with Buddy's baby, or was it Dick's baby, and breaking up with Buddy. Her solution is basically ghosting him and subsequently officially going out with her sideman. Is that correct?
Next comment.
Galama states, I don't think Dick and Lisa hooking up was out of nowhere really. I figured they probably created some kind of bond during the emotional time that Lisa would have been having leading up to the abortion. Since it seems Dick was the one there to comfort her, it kinda makes sense how that might have played out. Maybe these shitty.
Next comment.
Unlikely_win_revenge states, no one is really sure. Buddy's wife got a garbled version late one night after too much whiskey and wow. She thinks that when Lisa found out she was pregnant, she knew she did not want to continue the pregnancy, and Buddy would drop her if he ever knew. She called Dick for help with the abortion. She couldn't face Buddy, and then things with Dick and Lisa just happened because of distance. Think Charlottesville, Virginia to New York, too long to day trip, and shame. They kept Buddy in the dark for a while. But Lisa might have been hooking up with Dick on the side for a while, and no one knew. Buddy thinks that Lisa just didn't want to move to prestigious city. It may be that simple.
Next comment.
Puppet007 states, Times. Wow, sorry that happened to your friend and his friend's family, his parents and children. Lisa sounds like an awful person. Wish the friend left her sooner before being baby-trapped 3 times by her. Hope the children are doing well and become better human beings than their mothers.
Sentimcelli85 states, I'm not really seeing any revenge here. Lisa got pregnant, got frostbite-level cold feet, and flaked. Not the most mature reaction, but both parties clearly moved on. Dick started dating his buddy's ex-violation of the bro code, but both parties clearly moved on. Lisa slowly grinds the lives of her family into a pulp, culminating in the death of Dick. Fucking awful, but it doesn't sound like she's going to have to face the music anytime soon. I doubt she has much of a relationship with her kids now, so it won't affect her much when they move out at 18. It sounds like she did Buddy a favor when she walked, but killing his friend for not living up to her expectations isn't revenge.
Well, that's it for now. Please subscribe, like, and share for more of my blacked out stories.
And that concludes this story. And hopefully you enjoyed it. And if so, please consider my invitation to subscribe for more Avani's blacked out stories.